Well, here we are again. We used a little bit of light this time, so hopefully it'll, we'll get a better view and idea of what this beautiful bus stop in front of the VA looks like. And again, it's nice. I have it all to myself. I feel bad that somebody's probably out there sleeping. And there's a 7-foot open bench here. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind. It's a beautiful night with almost a full moon. And again, we're back across from the Big M, the 13, the Jesus Christ 13, J plus C. He was the 13th of 12. Yeah, you know, I'm a number 5 guy. So anyways, real quick, so we're here again. I'm not going to go over all the details, but what I am going to do, well, yeah, there's all my stuff. That sure is me, isn't it? This is a weirdo. Go over 3 things real quick. First of all, what we got on the corner here is Popeyes chicken. One thing you can do to survive out here is go through the dumpsters after these businesses close around 10, 11 o'clock, and you can find some great food. Popeyes, oftentimes, they dispose of their chicken and, apple pies, their biscuits, their packaged potatoes, rice and beans, mac and cheese. It's all packaged and sealed and isolated off, and well, it's free for the taking if you're willing to, take some time to go and get it in the dumpster. And I'll tell you what, I'm not too proud to. I'm not too proud. It's a lot better than a lot of the other food that I've had while locked up and at other times. I'm sure it's a lot better than a lot of food that are people overseas serving missions, whether they're for the faith or people overseas serving other type of missions in our military, protecting our faith and freedoms. I'm sure it's a lot better than a lot of food that they've been had to eat over there. Well, you eat what you got, and this the chicken is still fresh. You can get it hot oftentimes if you're right there at 10:30, 11 o'clock. And if when I was a kid, my dad, he was a manager of armored cars, David Ricky Harrison. And he wasn't too proud. He and my mom, even though they were managers, went down and took me and my brother, and my brother, 13 months, Chad Harrison, a doctor, 13 months apart, 13 kid. And while my mom and dad were cleaning toilets and sweeping and mopping floors, taking out trash, because it was a way for them to save up and buy a house and make a few extra dollars, and put food on the table. Well, while they were doing that, my dad would put us in the dumpster and have me and my brother go through the dumpster and dig out aluminum cans with the promise that, what we would do is we would take the aluminum cans to a recycling area and get a few cents for the cans that we had collected while my parents were cleaning the business. And my dad promised that if we collected half enough for a bike, he would pay for the other half, and sure enough, he was good to his work. So, dumpsters don't bother me. You get dirty, you clean up. That's all you got to do. And if I had a family, and I had a wife that was a nice little cook, even living in this nice, beautiful neighborhood in Gilbert, I'd be very much inclined to still go get that chicken and bring it home to my wife, or women don't have to cook, I can cook, and strip that chicken bare, and freeze what I don't use, and cook a lot of that awesome Popeyes chicken that people just throw away every single night. Lots and lots and lots of chicken. You can just strip it and use the meat, and you can make stews. You can make enchiladas. You can make chicken soups. You can make a lot of great food with that chicken, and just freeze it. Save yourself a lot of money, and then they got the potatoes, beans, and rice. And man, what a blessing it is to live in America. There's so much abundance, and so much gets thrown away. Panda Express does it too. A lot of other places. Just got to not be so proud to look a little bit humble. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the other thing I want to talk about, since I got food here. When I first came out here about 3 years ago, right at the beginning of the COVID, I used to stay on these benches, and there was a Native American guy that used to stay right there. And the Native American guy, he had a thing that he did that I thought was, it turned out to be quite an interesting lesson for him and a parable for me. That was that when he slept on that bench, he would throw food. He would throw food over here, over there, would throw food every night. He'd bring food here, and he'd throw food over there, so that as he ate food here and kind of sometimes dropped it and left a mess over there and left his bags on the ground, well, the ants would be less inclined to attack his stuff and attack him here after he had food all over him if they had a meal and he made a sacrifice to the ant gods. So he would make a sacrifice to the ant gods every night. He'd throw food over in the rocks over there. The ants would go eat it and be distracted. And over here, he could, he could make a mess of himself, and typically the ants would leave him alone. That's a parable, because guess what happened? The ant colonies grew and grew and grew, and they got hungrier and hungrier and hungrier, and suddenly that wasn't enough. The sacrifice, the ant god sacrifice, wasn't enough for them to keep away. And one night while he was sleeping, the ants came up and attacked him and covered him from head to toe. So bad that they were attacking him. They were under his pants, his shirts. Even after he made that beautiful sacrifice to the ant gods, they still didn't have enough, because they grew and grew and grew, because he kept feeding the ant parents, God's creatures too, but ant gods. And then the ants, when they wanted more, still came after him, after all he had done for them. What a parable! What a thing to think about. And it got attacked so bad, he ran up the street, and up here you have a Circle K, and he begged the gal at the front desk, "Can I use the hose in the back? Can I use the hose in the back?" And she said, "Yeah." And he got stripped down to his boxers and had to cover himself and hose himself down, half naked in his boxers to get the ants off him. So I'll leave that parable for you to figure out. Should you be feeding? Well, should you be feeding insects? Should you be feeding pests that eventually, when they continue to grow and have babies and tell all their friends that, hey, there's a great meal over here. Keep coming. And and then they because they become so abundant off of these free meals, well, then they come and attack you, even after you've given so much to them. Poor friend. So I thought that was kind of funny, a real story too. And the third one is, if we go over to, I'll post this video later. If you go over to Winco right now, there's a couple homeless. So there's one guy who sleeps in front. He's the Jew, the anti-Palestinian Jew, and he sleeps on that's Luke. He sleeps on the bench. He's pretty clean. He keeps himself together. He's a thief. He's a thief, and he justifies it weird ways. He has a new friend, a new homeless guy, and this guy is, you should go check him out. I'll post the video. He's half naked. He's taking all his clothes off. His shoes are in front of one store. One shoe is in front of one store, and there's the shoes in front of the other store. And his boxers are pulled down past his bum, and he is so out of it. He's not the first time he's been there. I've seen him there before. But I decided to share, because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring for your community, because community. It's about time you wake up and this whole country wake up and realize this is a symptom. This is a symptom of your corrupt, wicked, immoral, godless leadership. Your new gods that you serve, and even in these beautiful neighborhoods, you're not going to be protected for long. Even in this beautiful country, the wolves are inside the gate, you guys, and it's a snowflake on the tip of an iceberg that you're seeing now. Just go to Phoenix. You know who you should feel bad for are those neighborhoods in Phoenix and Mesa and Glendale, who really have serious problems with homeless defecating in the sidewalks and the streets, and they're just squatting, pop and squat right there. I post those videos too. Setting up tents, and they have it a lot rougher than these neighborhoods. I've talked to people in these neighborhoods. They have no idea what it looks like in other areas of Maricopa, and they have no idea of the zombie apocalypse that's taking place. So, anyways, that's it. That's my video today. Again, I've had no problems being out here. I'm just doing my thing, and I clean up after myself clean up after others, and don't do drugs, don't steal. And well, I'm at the bus stop. I'm sure they'd rather have me sitting at a bus stop on a bench than well, on the sidewalk. It's legally, I posted the legalities of it, 9th Circuit Court. So, believe me, this is a nicer place for homeless to be than a lot of other public open spaces that they could be. That I'm going to advise them to be if these some of the you got great cops, but if some of these punk cops who answer to punk politicians and punk, and that's what they are, punk money men in these neighborhoods, then there's good money men too. But these entitled, self-righteous SOBs who say, "Get them out of our neighborhood." Oh, they that's not who they are. That's not who the politicians are too. So, anyways, gosh darn it, that's it. I'm signing out. Anyway, this is a long video, and my videos are boring compared to so many other people's. But hey, this is what it is. All right, late. I'll keep you updated. Let you know if anything more exciting happens tonight. Adios, muchachos. Oh, there's the VA too. Good night. Sleep tight, and God bless America when she's righteous. And she supports a Judeo-Christian God, faith, family, and freedoms. JC 13, Judeo-Christian, J plus C. Good night.